Hey guys, this is a really quick live coming to you straight off the mat. Just finished my yoga practice, so you guys can see. Here's my mat. This is my living room. Just finished my yoga practice, and I wanted to just chat very briefly. Many of you don't know, most of you don't know that I am actually recovering, or I had a surgery back in December. So I've been a yogi for 13, 14 years now. And I have had to rebuild my practice from scratch. This is the second time I'm rebuilding my practice from scratch. This time after surgery, the first time after the birth of my child. I had to have surgery for that as well. And I just want to talk a little bit about resilience and how does that relate, you wonder, right? Well, you know, as I was on my mat this morning, one of my classmates was sharing about an injury that she had and building, you know, sort of like being able to work through or practice through that injury, but also pulling back and sort of guarding that injury. And then I shared with her that, you know, as a person who's practiced resilience, as a person who's practiced yoga for 14 years, I've injured myself multiple times and I've had to be willing to pull back. But then it occurred to me, I've actually had to rebuild my practice. Rebuild my yoga practice several times. And, you know, when I think about resilience, you know, we think about being able to stick and stay and maintain. Resilience is also is also defined as bouncing back. And you know, I think sometimes when we think about resilience, it's more than just bouncing back. It's the ability to, when you've lost it all, when you've lost stamina, when you've lost, whether it's your business or when you've lost your money, when you've lost, for me, it's, you know, the full of my practice for a particular amount of time, really being able to rebuild that. It's the mental capacity to come back and not quit after a failure or after an obstacle or something of that nature. So as I'm rebuilding my practice, one of the things that I notice is I as a 14-year yogi, there's a level of advance that I'm used to being. But after a surgery and not being able to practice for 2 months, and being mid-40s, my joints are different, you know, things are stiff, and the things that I feel like I should be able to do, the things that I used to be able to do, I can't do yet. But the resilience is coming back to the mat every single day. And what happens is, you know, this is not only with my practice, but I know this is with business. I've built three businesses, and each time you have to rebuild, each time you have to start over, you're not actually starting from the ground. You're starting with a level of memory, internal memory. So for me and my yoga mat, it's a level of body, muscle memory, joint memory, right? So then that's going to allow me. The first time I had to rebuild my practice, it took a few months. This time it's taking, you know, maybe a matter of weeks. The first time I built my business, my primary private practice, it took years. The second business I built, it took months. This third business is taking, you know, even less time, right? The third business is weeks, you know. And so the thing is, when as it applies to business, as it applies to relationships, each relationship that I have entered, I have taken lessons. I have a level of memory around communication, memory around my own values, boundaries, what I need and want in a relationship. You know, anytime you have to rebuild, you're not starting from the ground up. You're starting with a level of memory. And the resilience is being mentally willing to move through those those difficult spaces, even though you feel like you should be further along, even though you feel like you should know something already, no matter how practiced you are, no matter how enlightened you think you are, no matter how spiritually advanced, how wealthy you are, how wealthy you've been, how educated you are, wherever you are is where you are. And if you have done it before, and you've lost a capacity, you've been incapacitated or stopped, or an obstacle has come up, a circumstance has come up. If you've done it before, you can do it again. And oftentimes you've learned different ways to do it with more velocity. And you've also learned that, there's community and support systems that you can engage. So I just, that's the main thing I wanted to share. I like to call these lessons from the mat whenever I get these little aha revelations. I said in the earlier video that I get a lot of genius moments in the shower, while I also get some reflective moments on the mat too. And whenever I do, a lot of times I like to come and share them. So coming to you raw and unfiltered from the mat. I hope that you got this message. You can apply it if there's anything that you're dealing with, if you're rebuilding, if you're starting over, if you're starting something new. Just know that it's coming back to the mat. It's coming back to the mat each day, each time, each moment, and allowing yourself to be where you are, right? Be where you are and take the steps each day, day by day, to continue to build engaged community, and know that if you've done it once, even if you've never done it before, you can learn to do it. In the beginning, the resilience is the learning and the being willing to stick and stay and engage all of the personal development and all of the other types of development that you need to engage to do it. But in losing and rebuilding, it's being willing to allow your muscle memory, your financial memory, your relationship memory, your communication memory, your internal higher spirit memory to guide you, and to engage and not try to do it alone. Engage in all the resources that you know that you already have to get it done, to return to something equal or better. All right. So with that, I am going to pop off and go get my son signed into school and go get myself to work. You guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you on my next live on Thursday. And if you want to reach out to me, just message me. Of course, if you want to talk to me about any deep work, you guys know exactly where to find me. You just reach out to me right here on Instagram. Message me that you want to talk to me about the hypnosis or the deep work, or go to my website, which is in the link, and you can schedule a free consultation with me. All right. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.